Hey all, Jin Lee here, and this is episode 5 of the Fireside Chat. A big thanks as usual to my co-firesiders, resphoina, 40 the Broadway Saiyan, and Lidz87. And this was originally streamed on Lidz87's Twitch on February 24th. We cover a little bit about the SQUEX community stream, upcoming content like Paladin Cecil, is he pity-worthy, why is he pity-worthy, dimensions and transcendence, and some advice on completing current dimensions and entropy. And we do go over the elephant in the room, Vincent, and we end on some questions. So timestamps will be below, and if you want to skip to any of those parts, you can. And as always, I hope you guys enjoy, and the next episode will be a month from now. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Oh, there we go. Hope you guys can hear us. Oh, wait, time out. Wait, everybody's got a plushie?
The articulation on that doll is actually really impressive.
It's amazing. Yeah. I asked Halcyon how much it was, and I was like very impressed.
Yeah.
I was very impressed. You can do so much with it. It's so cute. Oh, there's your little...
Don't let him... Oh, you got the opposite one. I like the darkness, though. See, 40 and I like the darkness. Oh, wait, you got VV2, though. Never mind. So you like the light and the dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've got Mog, and I've got Tomberry.
Nice. All right, what's going on, guys? We're just going to hang out for a moment, let people arrive. So technically, this is the pre-show. Ooh, Jiren. So we're just going to hang out for a moment. Hello, chat. Oh, my dear. What? So, that's nice. Wait, who got... When'd you get that, Rez? Today?
Today. So Halcyon ordered it for me for Christmas, but it was a pre-order, and it seems like they all just got shipped out because 40 recently got his too. So it just arrived today for us.
I feel sad for the person that won off of me because they were in Canada, but Canada charges an extra import fee.
No.
Yeah, because they like DHL contacted me. They're like, "Oh, there's an import fee," and I asked Square, I'm like, "Do you guys cover that?" Because it wasn't in the website, and they don't.
Oh, so that's some bullcrap.
How much is
I know. I
gotta
figure out. It's like $45.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, I already paid a lot to get that shipped out there.
That's another plush. Just have them meet you at the border.
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure it out. It's because this is an amazing. Because I got this one from my brother.
That's nice. Adorable. And now Edge knows who Phoebe is.
He keeps stealing the staff.
Oh, I love him.
Stealing the staff.
Yes, damn it. I love him. Jake, thanks so much for asking. I'm feeling a little bit better. There's a chance that I did get sick, so there's a chance that I might have to, just sprint unannounced. But I'll be back afterwards.
That's fine. Tis fine. Put my first person off a ticket. Nice, J Juice. Congrats, fam. Congrats.
So that's why you weren't at class.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Call that.
Stop it.
Gonna use Vivi in his next troll video.
Rough teacher. Very strict.
White Claws will help. Yeah, right. Hey, I might take off, but hold on. Let me chug down the White Claw. It's good for you guys. Whiskey, beer. You're not feeling well, just drink some. You'll be fine. Don't. Lidz does not support drinking of any way, shape, or form. Drink at your own risk.
Dirge of Teddy.
That's a really adorable title. I love it.
I love it.
All right, you guys saw. I saw that 40. So, did you guys see the Shulk? It's coming to JP.
I'm more hype about Zaddy Vane. First and LD. Vane is one of my favorite villains, especially after having played FF12. But I'm so excited. Now it's just like Larsa when.
So here's the real question: 40? How many are we going with the gems, or are we going with the tickets on JP?
For me?
For Vane.
I'm tokening. Because my resources are kind of questionable right now. I could gem it if I want to, but I have the burst token, so I'm just gonna token it and just go for the LD with tickets.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hopefully you get the burst on the way to the LD, and you don't have to use burst tokens at all.
That would be nice. Although my tickets are kind of low right now. They're only like at 200 something. And that's low considering that JP has the 10 ticket multi now.
Yeah, that goes away fast.
Like your
That's
tickets
what I'm
go like
worried about.
that. Yeah.
Lids, what are you gonna do?
Cry. Because of the tickets. I really don't know because I was saving my gems. I'm kind of under the mindset that I want to save up for like a Zach LD burst, Vincent LD burst potentially, but I mean I have Zidane, so I technically already have a broken character.
Didn't Zach LD art just come out?
It did. So yeah. So I'm curious if they would just release Vincent with just as LD and rework on the JP side.
Vincent just came out for GL. That means that he's going to take a while for JP too.
Yeah. Probably like 2 weeks. So. Alright, what time is it? Probably just wait a few more minutes. Probably 2 more minutes and then we'll get started with the Fireside chat. Oh, wait. Jin is holding up his plushie. It's a red pole arm.
Yes. With a bell charm.
So. Wait, do you have like the entire PNG, Jin? I don't know why I just have it where it's like cut off.
I do have the entire one.
I should probably put that on there. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that for next time. Oh, I think I know who made the Eagle Clan. No spoilers. I haven't seen.
I'll try not to. We'll try not to spoil it.
It's my
It's
my fault because I haven't seen the rest of it. But
it's kind of obvious though who made that name.
it's,
I won't say it, and you don't have to say it, but it's very obvious.
gotcha.
If you've watched the first 2
Yep.
seasons,
Yep,
yeah,
it just hit me. Yep, when you say it, Yep. So, great. Oh man. All right. So, who is it past anybody's bedtime? That's the real question tonight.
Teddy's. It's past Teddy's bedtime. He's passed out.
No, Teddy is a party animal.
Literally.
Legions. What's up, Legions?
Oh snap! It's the Legions. What's up?
Legions. Just so 40 knows, Adele's the best. This guy.
Heck no! Laharl all the way.
I will be re-rolling for Laharl, of course, but they did my boy Adele dirty in Disgaea RPG, unfortunately. Same thing with Lloyd and Cristoria. What the shit, man? Why is my favorite characters getting shit on?
Lids, 40, have you guys seen the anime yet?
The what?
The anime. The Symphonia anime. Have you seen it
No,
yet?
we haven't seen it yet.
I need to watch it on not on my work laptop because when I clicked on it, it went to some weird websites. I didn't want to get in trouble.
Oh, one of those firewall filters.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh crap, I can't watch this on my work laptop.
So good.
That's the best website ever, though.
That's
It
happened.
is. It's a great website.
They blocked Twitch when I used to go back into the office. And I used to watch it all the time. And then one day they just blocked it. I'm like, great, shit.
Now I have to do actual work.
Yeah, now I have to work. I got to focus now. So, all right, guys, shall we get started?
Let's do it.
Let's rock and roll.
All right, let's go. So welcome back, everybody, to episode 5 of our Fireside Chat podcast, talk, thingamabob. So welcome back, everybody. We're glad to have you back. So my fellow co-hosts, please introduce yourselves and what you are drinking for those that do not know you.
Who wants to start?
40, you're up. You're first. You spoke first. I was waiting for that.
Dang it. What's up, guys? 40 the Broadway Saiyan. I do primarily content on DFFOO, although I have been doing other things, such as I did a video on Double Dragon Neon recently, because Justin Wong reached out to me. If you guys don't know who he is, legend in the Street Fighter community. Plan on doing Disgaea content, and I'm always glad to be here with my fellow hosts, just talking DFFOO and just having a good time. And tonight I am drinking a big bottle of water.
Nice.
I'm boring tonight. Sorry.
It's okay. Mr. Jin Lee?
Jin Lee, and I am the cardboard cutout on the screen. I do YouTube. I do how to play videos. I do mostly DFFOO content, but I do play Tales of Questoria and had a rough pool session with Rez recently. And I'm also the now the Vincent and Square Enix company shill nowadays.
Yeah. So, how do you stand so damn still?
The real question.
Rez?
Hi guys, I'm Rez. Teddy is passed out on my lap. I mainly do poll videos and like reaction videos for mainly DFFOO, but I also play Tales of Questoria and Fire Emblem Heroes and do videos for those too. I'm drinking a White Claw, and I was streaming before this, and then I got really lightheaded, and then I got sick. So if it happens again, that is why I sprint and then come back. So don't be alarmed if that happens.
It's okay. White Claw.
Rez is a trooper.
Yep. White Claw cures almost everything.
I should really be drinking water, but
You really should be drinking water.
Or like Gatorade or Pedialyte.
I'm replenishing my electrolytes.
Yeah.
That's totally what White Claws have.
I'm sure there's sugar in there, so it'll be fine.
It works.
It'll give you some energy. So, all right, guys, and I am Lidz87. I am also fellow content creator, Twitch streamer. I covered the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omni and occasionally just a random game here and there, but Opera Omni has been my main game for quite a while. So, all right, guys, so here we are today. We're just going to be talking about the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omni. If you guys are joining us for the very first time, we are just literally a chill podcast that talks to City of Final Fantasy Opera Omni. That's primarily what we're going to be doing. And tonight, one of the very first topics that we're going to be talking about is with the more recent Square Enix community live stream. What was everybody most excited about from that live stream?
Probably well, they didn't officially say it, but we all know Paladin Cecil and Theodore. But I'm very biased to FF4, so that's what I'm definitely looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to the Transcendence because I thought Dimensions End was pretty fun. So I'm looking forward to Transcendence, seeing how difficult it is since I've never actually done it before, since I'm not a JP player. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited for Paladin Cecil, LD, and Burst. I'm excited for Onion Knights LD. I heard he's a lot of fun with it. But yeah, mainly hype for Paladin Cecil. I like 40. I'm also a big FF4 fan.
Nice. I myself am looking forward. I'm looking forward to, Paladin Cecil, Onion Knight, and I'm also looking forward to Transcendence because I know on the JP side I had a lot of trouble with that one when it first came out because I didn't have one specific character, so I couldn't do like one of the left gate and the final one. So that one was.
You didn't have Vincent?
Yeah, I didn't have Vincent over. Vincent would have carried me on that one for sure, especially
Who were
with
you
his.
missing?
I'm sorry.
Who were you missing?
Paladin Cecil.
No.
I know I didn't pull him, so let's talk about
Wait,
Paladin.
you didn't say what you're drinking.
I am drinking Gentleman's Jack with some ginger ale.
Nice.
Nice.
So
That's good.
it's good. I actually tried this. I had the regular Jack, and then I had this, and then I tried regular Jack, and I was like, oh, it's not the same. So
No,
yeah.
the smoothness is not there.
Yeah, so much smoother.
Yeah.
So, but it seems like we're almost all of us are excited for Paladin Cecil. Shall we talk about the one they call the Paladin Cecil and why he is extremely hyped up to be?
I think we should let you guys, as the JP players, take over.
I didn't pull him, so
40 all you.
He's really strong with his auras. Is the reason why there's a lot of hype behind him. He boosts everybody's offense. It's like 50% brave damage up and like 20% HP damage up, and you could stack that with Balthier, and his is permanent as long as he doesn't die. And he also reduces the amount of damage that you take. And that's his LD. Because I actually think his burst effect is great. But the reason why I pulled for his burst is one, because he's one of my favorites, and two, it plays into the first Transcendence. Paladin Cecil is so key to being very successful in that Transcendence, because you'll see that the middle part of Transcendence 1 is it's quite a doozy. And his increase in HP for everybody, and also the way he decreases damage is such a lifesaver. Not only that, but having a burst character in your party equipped with the burst gives you burst synergy, which is why Transcendence is actually considered burst content. Since those synergy stats really, really help out a lot. It's doable without, but it's doable without later on when we have more options. So it's still technically, for the casual gamer, burst content. But Paladin Cecil is amazing. He's a fantastic character to have. Damage-wise, he's not a damage dealer. I actually don't consider him a damage dealer. I actually think his damage is just average, but he's there as an aura bot, as a healer, as a battery, you name it. He's very, very versatile, and he just does pretty much everything that you need from a unit. So
he's a better version of what he used to be, pretty much. And yeah, everyone loves HP damage up, brave damage up, of course. But I think that's something that is quite underrated. Is like usually the first thing we remove is defense passives and stuff. But like his defense up to the party is like really great, and you can actually combine that with like Vincent's attack down, and then there you go. That's team composition right there. Yeah, nobody will be doing damage to you.
I'm excited for one of my favorite effects is like increasing max HP overflow. I think that's a really cool mechanic for Paladin Cecil. It was like the whole reason, increasing max HP and like reducing HP damage was a big reason why I pulled for Porum. So it's cool to see a similar effect get added to Paladin Cecil. But I was going to say 40, I remember when you pulled Paladin Cecil Burst on stream, you got the LD and then it was at like 70K or something. And then you couldn't decide if you were going to move forward and like try to go for the burst. And we were all like, it's your favorite. You gotta do it. And then you ended up getting it on your next multi and it was amazing.
Yes.
Congrats,
that was
man.
A good feeling.
I think I can speak from the point of view of not having Paladin Cecil and regretting a lot of the content that came to be on the JP side, just not having him. Like the way I like to compare Paladin Cecil is when I tell viewers, it's like you should pity him. He's like on the same, I would say he's on the same tier up there with like Lightning. So you guys see what Lightning does on her own, but Paladin Cecil, I would say he's more like a party-wide, House 40 was saying, with his auras and all that wonderful stuff in the Holy Enchant and Peril. The only time that he is not usable is when stages absorb Holy, so be mindful of that. That would be the way to stop him, so to say. But yeah, he is a very strong character, and even missing out, and like just seeing like when there was some tough content on the JP side, I would go check out to see what the players were doing. Hey, look, they had Paladin Cecil. Even recently too, I've seen some players use him on Lufenia plus content. That's several months after his debut, and he has not received anything else yet. So
yeah, because aura units really last much longer than DPS units. He's not the same as Lightning, obviously, in terms of kit, but you're talking about in terms of like a meta kind of character.
Yeah, in terms of tier, like how high up there I would rate him. And he is just standing side by side next to Lightning. They do different things, but he's a very powerful unit, and we highly recommend that you guys pity this guy if you can. For sure.
That's what I'm saving my tokens for. I mean, hopefully I can luck sack the LD. But...
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. Are we getting... No, we're not getting a free multi-draw on that one, right? I think it ends after Onion Night. Onion Night's are the last ones.
I think
it doesn't go all the way up there.
Okay. Because I remember that we were getting 3 free multi-draws with Onion Night, and I think that was it. So, damn, guys. We might not be getting Paladin Cecil's gear for free, unfortunately.
It's okay. The first multi I'm okay with also.
So, Transcendence. Speaking of Transcendence, so it's Paladin Cecil into Transcendence. 40, do you want to quickly talk about that. I have some of the requirements for the stages.
So there's one gate where you're gonna go up against those. I think it's the bosses from the Zack event. Those machines where they focus fire a character.
The left. Oh yes, the Sid Zack ones, the little dog, mecha dog thing.
It's like a box. It's like a box version of that. It looks like a box with guns on the side.
The left gate.
Yeah.
Box with guns.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a box with guns. That's what it looks like.
They're the ones with Sid. They're the ones with Sid.
A Dinobot. There we
Right.
go. Yes, the Sid boss.
Yeah,
Zack.
yes.
I think Zack had him too. So that's the left one.
Yeah. That one is holy damage
Correct.
to increase the orb. Not too bad. I mean, Pestle just laughs at that if even with just LD. But like I said, it's burst content. If you have the burst weapon, you get additional stats. So why not? Right. That one, I don't remember it being too hard. Really, the challenge is the middle node. Even the other, was it the right one is the jeweled turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the Barrett boss?
Correct.
Yeah.
You have
That
to
one-
launch them.
You have to launch them. Yeah, and I mean, we're getting Kais. We're getting Kais Lost Chapter with his LD, and his LD is amazing because you pretty much, he refunds everybody based on the amount of damage that's dealt in a launch. That's the LD effect. And then, like, if you have Cloud, by then, I think, no, wait, he doesn't have his boards, right? He is usable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he has his LD boards by them, though. No, because they didn't talk
No.
about the start dash banner at all. Unless
They
they
didn't
just
bring
drop
that
that
up,
as a
yeah.
surprise. But yeah,
Wait,
I use Cloud for that.
All the Start Dash banner folks get their LD boards when that drops, but we just don't know when it's happening in global yet.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Squall becomes a must.
Oh God, yeah. He's a beast.
Is he still
Yeah.
a beast now?
No, he's at this point. He's good, but he's. I would say he's power crept at this point. There are just better options.
Yeah, for damage. I mean, he's still great. You could, if you want to use him for damage, melee damage, he's still good. It's just, I mean, now you have like characters like Tifa running around, Sid
And they're
Reigns,
all
who
hype.
Sid Reigns is just that's just a whole nother topic right there.
Zidane deleting turns.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, the middle node is the one that's really gonna test your patience and test your skill. And by this time, JP did have HP percentages, so it's kind of an even level playing field because how Global got HP percentages early, which is drastically helpful on top of the foresight from having JP to look at. But this time, I would still say Global has an advantage just because they know what to expect and they've there's videos to watch, there's people to talk to that play JP. But as far as what JP had as far as quality of life, it's an even playing field now. But the middle node is two waves. The first wave is the Ultimecia boss. And those what those mermaids like to do. They at certain HP thresholds they gain a ton of brave. It's like they have they take one brave damage until you break them. So gravity is good there. Gabranth should be getting his LD around this time.
I believe so.
So if you could insta break them, that works.
You could also bring some call actions too. Ultimecia X Death
Mhm.
should come in handy too with the gravity with those.
Yeah,
Ultimecia.
that's also an option there too. And then I think the orb for that one is debuffs. I forget.
You have to inflict two. So wave 1 plus 2 debuffs.
Yeah.
Plus 2 while inflicting 2 debuffs. So
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that was per enemy.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. So it's a so-so orb. It's not too hard. But the thing is that they don't have a lot of HP, but you also got to make sure you're managing your skills properly. That's the thing, because the second wave, which is the last wave, is where it gets nutty. It's the Hot Wheel masks, is what Huey likes to call them.
Hot Wheel leading the way.
What?
And they're pretty much Hot Wheel masks, and they're annoying. And they do frequent HP attacks, and I believe they have a shield. I don't quite remember the fight because I only beat it once after numerous tries, and I never wanted to do it again.
I just did it
was
recently.
horrible.
I literally had to go back and power creep the living shit out of it with Sid Reigns. That's how I was able to do it because I didn't have Paladin Cecil at the time. So I just went back and once they reach certain HP thresholds, I think it was 80, 50, and 30. They get pissed off. They get flames, and you will receive constant HP damage at the start of your turn. So every time it's your turn, it's pretty much a poison, but your HP. And the only way to stop that is you have to launch them. But in order to freeze their special counter, your HP has to be at 100%.
Lit. That sounds fun.
That's why Pestle is so important for it. Or, I mean, he's highly, highly recommended. It's very hard. If you're planning on tackling Transcendence 1 when it comes out and you're like, I want to beat it, I want that new plate, might want to consider pulling all the way for Paladin Cecil, because he also does HP overflow. He can heal you. He can reduce HP damage. Yeah, because otherwise that fight's going to be really, really annoying. It's pretty annoying. So
I think it would still be tough, even if players, they don't go into it without, full understanding, thinking they're just going to steamroll it, so to say. But yeah, it's tough. Rez and Jin, so not being JP players, what do you guys think about the very first Transcendence? What do you guys feel? How are you guys preparing for this? If you guys are.
Do you know who you're talking to? Preparing?
Yeah.
I did Jack Lufenia with like 30 minutes to spare, so... And then realized I hadn't done the challenge quest yet, so I'm probably not. I'll give this one to Jen.
I mean, I personally, I'm very excited for it, as I mentioned before, because it's difficult content. Generally, the content I always look forward to is things that are a little bit more challenging. So something that I've never done before is Transcendence. So definitely looking forward to how they do it. And I like the mechanics of it, and we'll see how difficult it is. I don't go in too prepared because I do like the surprise of it all and to be able to react on my feet. But I do generally have an idea of who I will bring or who's good for it. So we'll see. It depends on how my pools go as well. So, but I'm definitely looking forward to it, and definitely will post a video when I do it.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. I definitely have faith in the global players that they're going to try different things. I always have faith in the global players. They love to experiment a little bit more compared to the JP side. Of course, when JP get it, we don't have insight over there. But now that JP players do, or I'm sorry, global players do have the insight, I'm very curious to see what players are going to do for that content. And if you guys are concerned about the very first Transcendence, go to YouTube, look it up. There are plenty of videos out there if you guys want to prepare up ahead, if you guys want to see the team comps that were used for Transcendence 1, because I would consider that endgame content at the current state of global. That is the endgame content at the moment.
something that I do want to add is, remember guys, if you can't beat it right away, it's permanent. So don't stress over it. If you don't have the resources and you don't spend a lot of money on the game, don't be like, oh, I need to pull for Paladin Cecil. Even though he's ideal, it's not the end of the world if you can't do it right away. It's permanent content. And like I was saying earlier, exactly, there you go. Lidz didn't do it right away. Sorry,
because I couldn't. I didn't have Paladin Cecil.
Couldn't. There will be later on. It's actually doable without a burst character when we start to get more LD characters that are really strong. You can look up, like, I think there's a run where somebody didn't use any burst characters, but they used future LD characters that came out later on, and Tifa, it was a little bit more manageable. Like, yeah, Tifa, Porum. There's a lot of there's quite some good characters that you can actually use for that. I mean, Sid Reigns, if you want to wait that long, because he's broken. So
similar to like how the boss rush goes, like how important synergy is. Like I did a no synergy run for the boss rush, and it was really difficult.
Already?
It took me a while. Huh? No, I mean the first boss rush.
Oh, okay. I was like...
I haven't tried the second one, but yeah. If the synergy is that important, then yeah, we'll see how it goes.
It's gonna be really fun, guys. Definitely looking forward.
But I am wondering, like, if it's worthwhile to, like, if you got Paladin Cecil's LD early. Generally, we do like to wait the rest of the banners to pick up the burst tokens. I wonder, like how soon people will just be like, oh, I need that burst right away. I need to get it done right away.
Yeah, I guess at that point, because usually what I like to recommend to players, if they can resist the urge to pull, is like wait until the final banner, because if you're going to be pulling on that final banner, you pick up that burst, there's your second dupe, and you pity the first one, that's going to suck big time, especially if there's going to be free multi-draws. They didn't confirm any free multi-draws for the Paladin Cecil banner, so I would probably say plan around if you're going to be pulling on some of those other banners or not, because if you're not, you might as well get it on the very first banner. But if there are going to be free multi-draws, then I would wait until the very last one, because I have heard horror stories of players pitying the burst when it first comes out, and they literally got it like on the second free multi banner that came out. And then they get mad. I'm like, you should have waited. I'm sorry, you just should have waited. Because everything, it's within the time frame of it being released, so.
It's a lot more than you think.
Oh,
Oh
look
my
at that,
dear Lord,
Lidz.
Maze. Oh my gosh, Maze with the gifts. With the gifted subs. Thank you.
Hype.
Hype.
Here you go, fam. Thank you.
Hype.
Oh, we gotta get the
Cheers.
Rez, you're
Mace.
supposed to join me.
Hi. It's gonna be like a ritual thing. Thank you, Maze. Appreciate the love and support, fam.
Look at me, so like earnest.
Wait, you should put a lighter behind the staff, so like, and then just light it. So it looks like
Don't
you
burn.
No, not burn BB, just right behind the staff.
No, I don't. I'm worried.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you got
fuck
another
yes.
one.
Gosh,
Yo.
Oh my goodness.
Hi.
Okay. Oh my. Oh, this is a ritual now.
Yes. Hi.
Mine's- mine's
thank
jumping.
you, LKW, for the gifts. I'm gonna-
We have to make sure to get our money from Lidz after.
Yes, I was all.
Oh my god,
God.
it's
Yo.
Maze.
it's a competition now.
Gosh damn it, Red.
It's a competition now. Actually, here.
Thank you, Maze. Thank you for the
Here.
gifts. I'm gonna have to. Drinks are on Lids. Yeah, guys, drinks are on me. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, guys. Wait, what are we doing? All right, so Opera Omnia Talk, Fireside Chat. Thank you guys for the. But Dimensions End, Transcendence, that is the next one. But we currently have a campaign for Dimensions and Entropy to get all 20 tiers done. My fellow co-host, my fellow host, are you guys done with all that? Please tell me you guys are done with that.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually.
We got our
something that I-
gems.
You guys got our all
We
gems?
got our gems.
Yeah.
Gems are a good motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For sure, for sure. And,
I did.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll wait for you.
No, you first.
Oh, I was just gonna say I wasted no time and just took Lightning Pestle. No, Lightning Ramza. Excuse me, not Pestle. Lightning Ramza and Warrior of Light. I did not mess around. I know it could have been done without him, and people have proven that. But I'm like, you know what? I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Have to torture myself with not using any burst characters. So I'm just gonna do it with these three characters, and it was not too bad with that team. It was not too bad at all.
No.
That team is fantastic for it.
Yeah. Did anyone here not use Lightning or Warrior of Light?
Oh my god.
Nope, that's the plug and play.
There we go.
That was my first DE tier that I used a burst character for. I mean, there's no point in saving anybody anymore. The Dimensions End is over. Bring out all the guns. I brought out the legit gun in Vincent with Lightning and Wall.
And I copied Jin's team comp and also used Vincent.
I just went in with actually I used Vincent on my team. So man, he carried.
Vincent.
He carried so hard,
Vincent
guys. Woo!
carries all content. He carries all content.
Well, we'll talk about Vincent in a moment.
Yeah, don't worry.
But guys, if you guys haven't done so yet, please go and do it. This is a time limited. They have if you don't know what's going on, they have a Dimensions and Entropy campaign right now. If you do everything, I believe you get at least 66k gems at least, with plenty of red books and red nuggets, so you guys can realize a bunch of your EX weapons. So do as far as you can, do as much as you can. Don't stress about it, but do as much as you can, because the higher you go, the more gems you will receive. And again, this is time limited. This is not a permanent thing.
Yeah, I would like to stress that for those people that are really low on the Dimensions End tiers and you don't have a large variety of roster, then don't try to pool to make it up because you're going to lose more resources than you're going to gain. So just try to get as far as you can with your current roster. And then there are guides like the Tonberry Troop website has a really great entropy guide.
Yes.
They really go over all the fights and what units are good for it. And obviously, if you're lacking on units, then you can see the fights. I also have a playlist of my Dimensions End clears if it helps. Some people have said that it helped them clear Dimensions End. So definitely check out other content creators as well. Just, try to do it if you can. Try to do as much as you can, but don't pool just to complete it. If it's like a lot of tiers that you don't have complete.
Yeah, definitely. Jin Lee said don't just pull to try to do one stage because who was talking about this last time? Cost and return or something along the lines of that? Was it you guys?
ROI, return on investment.
Yeah.
Market.
Yeah, that's that marketing stuff. Yeah. So be careful with that, but be sure to try to do as much as you can. Jin mentioned the Tonberry Troop do have a guide. I did paste that link. There's also Opera Omnia Tracker, Entropy. Check them out if you guys are having difficulty putting teams together so you guys can try to get those juicy gems to potentially pick up Paladin Cecil's burst weapon upon.
The Opera Omnia Tracker is really good for like showing other people what you have so that they can help you. That's the tool I would suggest. If you fill that out, people can easily see who you have and they can suggest team comps that you can use. Otherwise, it's pretty messy if you just paste a whole bunch of screenshots.
True. No, I definitely like those resources. I know with Opera Omnia Tracker, I did check it out, and I love how they integrated all that stuff onto a website. There's drop downs, the team comps pop up, all that wonderful stuff. I know with the Tonberry Troop, I did check them out earlier that they have stats of most used characters for each tier of Dimensions and Entropy. So definitely check those links out, guys, and do all, as much as you can if you can. So, do you guys want to talk about Vincent? Since we mentioned Vincent, should we talk about Vincent? I think we should talk about Vincent.
I think we should.
I think we should
talk about Vincent.
A disclaimer for the chat. Please stay civil. You guys are awesome, so shouldn't have to say it, but please stay civil as we discuss. Constructive comments are always welcome, but just again, stay civil.
Yeah, we all know that you guys are the positive part of the City Final Fantasy Opera Omnia community.
Is there any random stragglers?
Okay, so who wants to start this one? Vincent.
I think Jin should, because Jin was one of the ones where I watched his entire video and he had a lot of good things to say, and I think it's cool that if he starts it out first, because he also made some really good points too. So.
Agreed.
You sure you want me to start? I have a lot to say, more after the stream and comments I've seen. Okay, so if you want me to start, I can, but you'd have to bear with me also.
No worries.
Fine. Do it up, man.
All right, yeah, for those who don't know, I released a how to play video for Vincent with a small rant in the beginning, wondering how he became enemy number one, since Vincent's LD is fine, and I figure at least we get to use him now versus waiting for eternity. And then I went to show how you can play him efficiently and make the most out of him. But that has actually become my most disliked video. I mean, it's more positive still than negative. But just the comments on there and everything just shows how strongly the community feels about Vincent. And so I just wanted to make my points kind of clear, because I do understand that a lot of the criticism is fair. And I don't think if you're criticizing them, that means you're a hater or you're ungrateful. All reasonable discussion and critique is fine. I just felt that most of the backlash was too overboard. Thinking Vincent's LD is completely trash, or he's not. You guys can still hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or is it just resphoina? Okay, yeah.
Res.
Okay, so.
That's the White Claw.
Yeah. There's comments thinking Vincent's LD is
go.
completely trash and he's not Lufenia viable. And I don't consider those as reasonable stances. So those are the kind of comments that I was directing towards. And I'm glad that Josh addressed that and that they're aware of it. But it's also kind of sad to hear all about all the really negative stuff. And that's what I was hoping that we would stop. And then I hope this community doesn't get any more toxic because it's generally pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I've talked about this with other people that sometimes I wish I didn't involve myself in this drama, because now I've become known as like some Vincent like defendant, and I just think he's fine. He's not fantastic unit. He's not a OP unit. He's just fine. And the main reason for my video was I felt that a large reason for people trashing on him is like playing him well is a huge part in how your opinion can be shaped of him. Since one of his main problems is that Vincent has like truly an abysmal floor. He has an abysmal floor. Like if you don't play him properly due to his outdated base kit, you're sure to think he's trash. If you're spamming skills a bunch, he'll burn out quick with the high turn rate. You won't be able to time or upkeep his debuffs well if you're low on skills either, etc. But if you do play him like well, his ceiling is pretty good. He has a strong DPS with his Brave Plus and HP Plus. You bring him into the right team comps. His HP Plus doesn't even have high turn rate, and he deals plenty of damage with the follow-up. And his debuffs are the strongest in the game right now for the Eye Brave and the attack down. Mm-hmm. And if you use it with his AA and you time it with his before enemies attack, then they work really well. And I used him to stomp Abyss, DE20, and I've even tested him on Ultimate Schizophrenia, which the fight was often single target. It resisted ranged and cleansed all debuffs, including framed, very often. And he was still able to manage it in the same amount of turns as I did with my previous run. So his kit is far from bad. That's pretty much what I wanted to address. Like his kit is far from bad. But I also understand why people wanted a bit more. Because obviously, like, a kit that requires a lot of high IQ plays all the time is clearly not a very amazing character. And people, fair or not, have come to expect more from the GL first. So I do understand the disappointment. But at the end of the day, I would still rather have had Vincent than not. And I have enjoyed both GL first units and the anniversary as well. And even though they won't be the strongest choices moving forward, at least we can still use them now. And JP didn't have that luxury. And I figure the game is just meant to be fun anyway. So that's why I hope people can just see more of the positives and focus on that instead of too much on the negatives. And I do hope that Square continues to do GL first content and try their best to do even better next time based on the feedback. And I hope they don't think we're ungrateful, and I hope they don't stop trying. And then on the flip side, we as a community have to, I do think that it's good that we give feedback, but we also shouldn't pool automatically just because it's a GL first. We have to know what we're getting into when we spend resources on a character. So I think the fear of missing out and the fact that it's a GL first and everyone has these high expectations, that's what caused Vincent to be trashed a bit too much than he expected, than he should be. That's pretty much all I have to say. That was a lot, I know.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
That was my second
needed to be
rant,
said.
Yeah. Hold on, before Rez, your thoughts on that?
I agree. I've been having a lot of fun with Vincent. I think, people were also upset when Balthier was announced, especially with the lack of rework, lack of LD boards, which, I think lack of rework obviously hurts them more at this point. But we can be confident that once they do come to JP, they'll get their LD boards, they'll get a rework, they'll be usable once again. And honestly, I'd rather that they be usable now and usable then, rather than maybe usable for a little bit longer now and not be usable in the future. But by them getting LD boards, we know, if they don't give them the reworks, then that's when we riot. But no, just kidding. But they're absolutely usable now, and I'm excited for when we'll be able to use them again down the line. So I've been having a blast with Balthier. I used him in Jack Lufenia. I've been having a lot of fun with Vincent. He just absolutely neuters enemies. And, you know, I'm definitely the kind of person that likes to cheese fights. I mean, yes, agreed with Barbara. Vincent's costume was worth like everything. Oh my God, that costume, he looks so, Vincent like elevated to zaddy status. But yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with him, but he is, Vincent is definitely somebody that you need to like really think about his moves. You can't just spam skills, but if you time everything right, you can do it. So he's in like that. I like cheesing fights, but I like using interesting team comps in order to cheese them. And I think Vincent fits that role really well because he can absolutely neuter bosses and make them do like 0 damage to you. So even if he's not like OP, you can fit him in the right team comp and he'll just make everybody else be able to do their role better just by virtue of not having to worry about, you know, being hit by these massive attacks.
No, yeah, I definitely agree in terms of his debuffs and like you said, neutering the bosses. 40?
My turn. So my first video I did on Vincent, people thought it was going to be like an analysis video. It wasn't. It was a reaction video because I got some interesting comments on that video that I have since deleted because I'm like, come on, guys. But it was a reaction video. I was excited. You know, I saw the animations. I saw the awesome Turks costume, and I was simply reacting to it. I maybe like pointed out a few points, you know, with the information that they showed, but I wasn't like directly analyzing it and like brainstorming, you know, seeing where this character can fit in here and how good he's going to be in the future. That wasn't the whole point of it. But from using him and from you know, seeing the reaction from the community, I think Vincent is a solid pick for current content that we currently have, potential for maybe like Boss Rush 2, and good for like previous content that we currently have. He's definitely a character that requires a bit more skill. Like his the ceiling for his skill level is a bit higher than compared to some of the other characters because, you know, he has really strong debuffs, but they're generic. So you got to be careful of not pushing them off. So running him with another debuffer can be a nightmare, you know, because you want his debuffs to stay on. And then at the same time, you also want to make sure that there's 2 or more debuffs present. So then you're taking advantage of his follow-up. I think his LD personally is fine. Could it have been loaded a bit more? Yeah, I think it could have. I think that's one thing they probably could have done is maybe loaded up a little bit more, but I think it's fine. Thing that I do also want to bring up is I do agree with what Black Nero said on his video that I think Vincent would have been accepted a lot better from the community if he was released earlier. Because the thing is, we had VVLD and then we had Balthier LD, you know, and then we had Aranea, who that's just another story of how broken that was back then. But like the expectation from a character, especially from a 3rd year anniversary point, and he was so popular, and like, you know, they were hinting him and they showed us that little blurry thing. There was a lot of high expectation. So, you know, but like after the dust was settled and people actually got to use him, I can see where the criticism came from. You know, I do agree with some of the points that were brought up, some of the more like, you know, civil constructive points that were brought up, you know. But I think he's solid. I think he requires a lot of team building to make him good. I do think that he will eventually start to suffer in future content just because unfortunately that's just how, you know, the future of the game is going to be looking like, and by then there's going to be better characters that are going to be much more ideal to use than Vincent. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be folks out there that are going to try to really make him work and show that, you know, hey, you put him with this person and that person and he works, and kudos to you guys. And that's, you know, what we want to see. You know, we want to see you guys have fun. We want to see you guys get creative. But as a character as a whole, for a casual person, I think you can enjoy him. You can have fun with him. But I think he is going to definitely struggle moving forward with some of the more difficult Lufenias coming on. And one thing that I don't know what you guys think, but people were bringing up, okay, he's lacking a rework. He's lacking an LD board. So they've done LD first. They've done global first characters. But what about global first reworks that JP doesn't have? Like the thing about that is reworks now on JP are quite strong, and I don't know if that would tip the balance if they had given Vincent a rework that's not present on JP. That would be a bit too strong for current content. Like I don't know how that would work out, because I know the whole we should just give him a rework, was brought up, but global first reworks haven't really been a thing yet. So
I think that's the main issue, is that let's say they have the code all done for Vincent already. They have him coded the rework and the boards for his JP release, which is way farther down the GL timeline. So they couldn't possibly give us that. And then so I think we're at the tail end of the LD first only possibility. So I think that's why we got two of them just rushed at us now, because we're about to be at the point where LD only no boards or rework is just not going to fly at all. I mean, some people may think that that's already the case, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why we got two of them now, because it's now or never.
Yeah.
And also, I do want to add, like, you mentioned Black Nero. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, yeah, Black Nero released a video around like exactly the same time as me. That seemed at first glance that we directly opposed each other. But if people listen to both our videos carefully, we're just like two sides of the same coin. And actually, if people don't know that, Black Nero and I, we talked actually quite a bit prior to doing our videos. And we didn't even know that either of us were releasing a video independently. But I do give him credit for pointing out that the upcoming content doesn't really favor Vincent. That was a good point he made for me, and I credit him for that. And then he also credits me for pointing out that Vincent's kit is actually better than he originally thought. He originally thought that Vincent's kit wasn't that good either. So it's always a good constructive debates that we can have. Very reasonable. No need to like go out, and there's no drama between us. We were on TCC post show last week, actually, talking about it too. And there's nothing but respect between him and I. And Mino is here.
Hello, Mino.
Hi, Mino.
Hi, Mino.
And he's casting lies again.
I think. One thing I do want to bring up related to Vincent is they could have done better with that Abyss. I'm sorry.
They could have.
Yeah.
Both abysses could have been done.
Did we get
both of them?
At least the Balthier one, didn't it have FF12 music?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't remember. I beat it like
didn't it?
not even an hour later.
Because
they were just short and they were recycled. They felt recycled. They felt a little bit.
It was like
kind of.
They didn't get Vincent love. That's probably why the community is mad. That's why it was the stage. It wasn't Vincent himself. It was the stage.
Like there could have been like a Dirge of Cerberus theme or like a Turks theme, but
with
it was
Shell?
just kind of like,
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and the boss was very uncreative. I'm sorry, like the crust beetles not cleansing on the Lufenia was like.
What was up with that?
I was like, wait, they made this. They technically made the Lufenia slightly easier. Because the debuff stayed on.
I was like playing around. I was holding on to my abilities. I'm like, they're supposed to.
I don't think I've done the Lufenia for that yet.
Oh, you should.
That's exactly in my video when I do the run. I'm like, should I do my EX now? Because they're about to cleanse. They're about to hit the 50% mark. And then I was like, okay, never mind. I do it. And then they don't cleanse. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Some people didn't even use Vincent. They use like Reno with Barris's bonus sphere. Just to get past that, but I don't know.
Or Sarah. People use Sarah.
Yeah, they didn't even use Vincent.
Yeah, those fights were a bit phoned in, I would say, but there is COVID, and they did do 2 GL first, so it's okay.
True, that's true.
I don't know. All right, so Vincent, I definitely, I agree with all your guys' points for sure. I can see both sides of the story, so to say, in terms of Vincent, me going for even before Balthier going forward, when I was predicting like what said characters needed in order to remain strong in the Lufenia era, I'm like, either they need to receive a rework or they need to receive LD boards to help them last longer in the Lufenia era. Come in Balthier, oh wait, he didn't get a rework, he didn't get LD boards. That was a little bit concerning, but then once they revealed, his special effect, oh my gosh, he's an Orbot, that is very powerful what he has. Vincent came out. He didn't get a rework. He didn't get LD boards, and it's a little bit concerning too because I was like, we're at a point, we're past the Divine Diabolos, we're past the Ramza, we're past Machina. We're at a point where characters are going to be receiving LD boards. So initially, I definitely didn't like that, but again, when I saw what they did with Balthier, I was like, okay, that was acceptable. Vincent, again, like all your wonderful points that you guys were saying, he definitely is a good character with his debuff, shutting down the enemies. With his he has 2 types of poisons and a sap built into his kit. He can imperil fire, thunder. He can have follow-up damage. Now there were some points for sure, like someone Slim mentioned, when it comes to the game, players should be open to just really good criticism, not that negative feedback that they were doing towards the developers. Come on, grow up. Seriously, if the players that are doing towards the developers grow up and instead of doing that, give them positive feedback. So next time if they do something like this, it's more in favor for them to give us something a little bit different. I don't know, but I definitely am on the side that Vincent is good. And I even said this like when I was pulling for his stuff during my previous stream, was that I don't think that he's going to last long in the Lufenia era at all, truthfully. I mean, of course, they're going to be, you can make them work. All right, that's the key. You can make them work, give him brave damage up if you get brave refund, all that wonderful stuff. His debuffs, they're pretty powerful, but I truthfully can't see him last too long into the Lufenia era, especially once power creep starts becoming a big thing. And if players want to pull for someone like who are we getting that's in the near horizon that's getting LD boards? What's his face? Nacho's younger brother. Camelot, he should be getting LD boards soon. Just to put it into perspective in terms of another debuffer. But
does Cam get really good or something?
I forget what his LD boards do because I didn't really use them after.
No, I never pulled from. I was never a fan of Final Fantasy 11, so who do I like? Prish, Aphmau. Those are the only characters that I do have. But I know that Camelot, he has the capabilities to paralyze. He can delay the enemies, if I remember correctly. He can decrease the enemy's attack and magic attack. So he does have different types of debuffs built into it. Not as potent as Vincent's, in Brave Down and Attack Down. But he has ways to decrease the enemy's attack, and I think he might hit a little bit harder than Vincent. I could be wrong, but I also feel like Vincent is a character because I took him onto DE20, and there were some issues that I did arise, where the fact after he did his follow up, the demon, the chaos follow up, was the fact that he didn't get any brave regen after the attack and the blackened will. It was on the 3rd wave. He was targeting Vincent. Vincent didn't get brave refund back. The sap wasn't enough. He only get like 5k back, and Vincent got nuked. So it kept targeting Vincent. So yes, there are some issues here and there, of course with Vincent. But I mean, all in all, he's fine at the end of the day, I believe.
I think that like there was the issue of them holding it on to it for our anniversary. Like if our anniversary was like a month ago, they would have met like expectations like really well. But like the timing of the anniversary came after like we were already getting LD boards and all that, so it kind of felt like
anniversary basically
they weren't up to par.
Right.
Well, yeah, right. But I mean, like it was a month prior. Like if it was a month earlier than the anniversary it was then it would have been received a lot better, I imagine. But I still think most of the vitriol is overblown, and he's okay. He could have been better, but he's fine.
I remember even seeing a comment somewhere that someone was like, and don't bring up that excuse that Vincent is not an attacker. He's not, though. He's standing there with he's standing there with his beautiful potent debuffs. He's not going to be doing the damage. Lightning's going to be doing the damage. Somebody else.
You were going to say he's standing there with his beautiful suit.
He's standing there with his beautiful suit and the big demon hovering over him. So
right, the teams I brought him with included a support and a DPS, and he is your 3rd unit. Yeah, he actually does quite good damage too. So.
Anybody who has Guy and Vincent, pair them on the same team and let me know how that works, because Guy has a buff that gives units brave at the end of their turn. Unfortunately, I couldn't pick up Guy's LD on the global site, so I could not try that team. Unfortunately.
Pretty sure there was Guy and Vincent runs. Just not a lot of people picked up Guy.
Oh damn it! That's a shame. I think Guy's all right.
Yeah, I'd compare him to like Vincent, just somebody that works, he's decent, and he's not super hyped in terms of like their kit. But I'm not talking about like what they do exactly. I'm just saying like some people find them underwhelming, but they're fine.
Yeah, and I think that's honestly, I believe I believe those are the players that are lashing out negatively are the players that expect every single character to just be like stupid broken, like they want them to do more damage than the previous one. I believe that the players that offer more positive feedback are the ones that are a little bit more open-minded in terms of characters' kits. So because I mean, Guy, he's not a damage dealer. He's a tank. He's going to be protecting your party, give him those defensive buffs, enhancing them with earth, and healing them, and taunting the enemies. So,
I mean, I also think that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I also think people just really love Vincent. He's popular.
Yeah, I love Vincent.
And that's why the expectation for him was so high, because he's a popular character. Like with Guy, people. A majority of people that didn't pull for Guy is one, they don't care about the character. I mean, he's not popular. I still have yet to find somebody that is a huge fan of Guy. I think I know one. But Vincent has like a huge fan base, and I think the expectation was just a bit too high for him because of just how much people love him.
I think the trailer too, the blurred out, everybody, oh my gosh, it's like it's chaos. I'm like, I was like, he's gonna freaking transform into chaos. That's got to be it, but. Yeah.
That's also like the reason that a lot of people say that they were disappointed because of the whole hype behind him, the sudden surprise, and the fact that he's a GL first. Fair or not, we've come to expect that the GL first is pretty strong. So he didn't meet any of those expectations. So that's why he got a lot of harsh criticism. I think there's fair criticism, but that's the reason pretty much.
So I do hope he transforms into chaos once he gets his burst, kind of like Terra and Kuja when they go into their transforms. I really hope that Vincent does go into his chaos form, and he stays like that.
But what I do want to, right, and what I do want to say is, as like a Vincent fan myself, talking to other Vincent fans that are really disappointed in him, just look at the glass half full, and we get to use him now, where JP is still waiting on him since the EX Plus era. The very beginning of the EX Plus era. So it's he could be better, but I'm just really happy to use him now. So yeah, I'll take it as he is.
And he's going to come back later down the line much more stronger, and potentially with a burst weapon, because they did confirm that sequel characters are going to be receiving burst weapons. So
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So hopefully we're okay with Vincent. Vincent's cool, and if you're not happy, hey, he's gonna get better later down the line, or with a burst weapon and LD boards. All right, so my glass is literally it was half on past the half being empty. So, speaking about the global LD first, how's Balthier treating you guys?
Fucking love Balthier. He's so much fun.
Love Balthier.
So much fun. That aura is just like. I mean, the second, those of you that saw my reaction video for Balthier, as soon as they said, like, I'm the leading man, I flipped my shit.
I listened to the video. Oh, crap.
Oh, my God. Killed so many people's ears, and I apologize. But as soon as I saw that buff, I was like, this is the first, like, HP up buff that can't be dispelled, that can't be removed. It's just once it's there as long as Balthier is alive, and there's so much value in that. And I know we talked about it on last Fireside chat, because that was right after the GL first anniversary stream. But having had a chance to use him, like, I'm so excited to use him along with Paladin Cecil too.
I think Balthier's auras have been strong enough to calm people down about him, and Vincent isn't quite there to calm people down about Vincent.
Yeah.
I can see that. I kind of wish we had more content to do so I could have more fun with a lot of these characters and kind of like I know we have Dimensions and Entropy, but I kind of like a tower that resets every single month, kind of like how these other games have, like Resident Gen, you guys know for, was it the Tales of Story? They have the Phantom Tower. Last Claudia, they have some kind of climbable tower that resets every single month. I kind of wish we had something like that. Just gives us something to do and strive for and look forward to. Just to have more fun with a lot of these characters. But, I mean, wherever I can use Balthier, I've been enjoying him. Enemy gets a beefy buff shield. Hey, they are no longer the tank. Balthier is the tank now. That's right.
Balthier's the tank now.
Yeah, and I would say, like, you know, there was a lot. I mean, we talked about it before, like where Pestle has the HP and brave damage up, and people were saying skip Balthier, pull on Pestle, and we're saying that of course you can use them together. And I would use the kind of similar situation where, like, Charlotta, a lot of people didn't feel like building her up when her EX Plus came along, and they would say just go for Kurasame. But I use the two of them together all the time, and they're
It's still my
together.
Cactuar team. My Cactuar team is
you can
still
easily,
bless you.
It's going to be
Bless
an
you.
amazing pairing. I'm looking forward to that pairing.
Yeah, my Cactuar team is still Kuja, Charlotta, and Kurasame, just to obliterate that Cactuar. Teddy agrees.
I mean,
you just
Balthier
coughed.
is, as they say, the cheap Paladin Cecil, right? I've seen that argument, man. I was like, what? Like, oh, put them on the same damn team. What are you talking about? This is a PvE game, not a
Hashtag
PvP.
why not both?
Yeah, why not both?
Balthier actually out damages Paladin Cecil. He actually does. Because Paladin Cecil is not, you know, I mean, neither of them are primarily damage dealers, but aside from Paladin Cecil's burst, Balthier actually out damages him. He does more damage.
Also, unlimited. His aura is unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Balthier's aura doesn't have a requirement because Paladin Cecil, he needs to have HP 100% or higher. That is something that I forgot to mention when we were talking about him earlier.
Right.
So
remember that Transcendence with the Hot Wheels flame wheels that had poison your HP? Yeah. You're not going to be hitting as hard with Paladin Cecil. Balthier can just take it because he's the leading man.
He's the leading man.
Also, his LD cleanses. That's just like
yes, it does.
Cherry on top.
Okay, so if I do have to be disappointed in one thing, I'm very disappointed that is not an LD call action. Oh man!
But it will be soon.
It will be eventually.
I mean, not soon.
Right.
But eventually,
I really wanted that to be a LD call action.
You still got to use Pinello. You got to use
Pinello or what's his face, Theodore. And I couldn't get Pinello.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna pull for Theodore, so Paladin Cecil has to be on the team. I'm sorry, not Paladin Cecil. Balthier. I'm sorry. Sheesh. So yeah, that's
nothing wrong with that. Having Balthier on the team.
Not at all. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, guys. Was there anything else we wanted to talk about before we get into question time? I think we covered all the main topics we did want to discuss. So if you guys have any questions you would like to ask any of the hosts, please go ahead and feel free. There was some questions that was inputted here by, I believe, Rez earlier.
Yes, Blobs asked a few. Thank you, Blobs.
All right, pick one. Please.
Pick one. Okay, let's see.
I think these are sub points.
Sorry,
I'll take the seasonal costume question. Let's see. How would we feel about seasonal characters being implemented in DFFOO or like seasonal costumes? Personally, I would be down for seasonal costumes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd be down for seasonal characters where you'd have to like pull for where it'd be like Ida and Lise or Paladin Cecil and Dark Knight Cecil. Like I think I'd want to just be able to give them different costumes. I think that would be a great way for Square Enix to make a lot of money. Like give me like a swimsuit Tifa. Give me like a Christmas Terra or something. Like I will spend all the money on all of that.
Summer Beach
but I wouldn't.
Sephiroth?
Oh my fucking god, yes. But
almost there.
yeah. Almost. We did get strip Roth, but yeah, I would love having seasonal costumes. I don't think that having seasonal characters separate from the existing ones would be as well received. But I'm also a big fan of fan service, so.
I agree.
I would hate to have to pool my favorites again, like double and triple. If they came with different alts, I would hate that.
Yeah, I don't think that would work in this game, like seasonal different characters, because like they
would have to have new kits. They would have to have different kits.
Yeah, new kits, new weapons. I don't know. That's
yeah, that'd be odd. Like Spring Cloud having different skills.
Bunny Cloud.
I mean, that might be the perfect opportunity to bring his dress into the game. Just saying.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But that's where costumes would be perfect.
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah, that's an interesting question. All right. Do you guys see any good questions? Yeah, I keep hearing about this Sid Brains bug. I don't look into bugs. They get fixed eventually.
This is interesting. The second question. Oh, well, the animation speed. Not that one, but there's this other one here. This weapon rentals. It's kind of interesting.
Let's see. Go for it.
Weapon rentals. Let's say that they added a paid currency item like the sphere removal orbs, where you could rent a character's specific weapon on a banner for as long as the banner is active. So if you wanted to rent an LD, you would use an orb, and the character points you would use on the LD board would be refunded once the rental was up. If you wanted to use both an LD and BT, you would need to use 2 of these rental orbs. So it gives players a way to test LD or burst. I think the idea is cool, but Legions actually brings up a good point. It would actually be bad business-wise.
They would never do that.
I think they can include maybe like a trial, but not an actual, just like a have the character and have, I don't know, some goblins or something. So
the trial is a support unit. It's co-ops. It's pretty much seeing the character in action. That's pretty much how they.
So you just quit, you come back, and you take over the character. Is that what you're saying, Jin Lee?
I mean, you see it used, and then you can use support characters, obviously.
Yeah, so Legions actually, that's what I'm thinking about, how they kind of do in Genshin Impact. Those not familiar, when a new character comes out or some characters on a featured banner, they actually open up a trial stage where you can actually test out the characters,
like a sandbox environment.
Yeah, to see if you like them before you actually pull for them. You know, they're not. They have, you know, some good weapons on them or whatever, just so you could get an idea of how strong they could be. I mean, if you don't like their gameplay, then you don't have to pull for them. Because honestly, I believe I would like that too, especially in this game, because I know, like, as much as we tell players like, hey, this character is good, pull for them, they have good auras, they have good debuffs, all this wonderful stuff. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to the player and them trying out the character, see if they like that play style. So it kind of sucks, you know, throwing all your gems on a character, and then they might be good, but maybe a character just doesn't like their play style, so to say. So I do believe that if they included some kind of trial thing, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, like a joke stage or something. Yeah. The only way that it would work is if, like, you know, the character had were like fully maxed out, had all of their equipment available, all their character boards, whatever, and then you were able to bring in 2 other characters with them to like test out team comps, but just like
isn't that what support units are?
Yeah, exactly. But being able to, like, the whole point of support units, you know, besides being able to use your friends' units and get some help there, is for FOMO, for when there's a unit out, you see your friends, you use your friend's support unit. And it makes you want to get even more. The number of times that I've gone back in with tickets after seeing somebody use it in co-op or like using a friend's support, I'm like, well, now I want this. I actually think it would be a decent move for Square to do it so that people can just do it on their own time, like experiment with their own different comps without having to worry about like the friend unit being there. And then that way there's more FOMO, and it's just like a trial stage, and they're just developing more FOMO.
Size was the.
Jin dropped.
Jin?
Hello?
Jin, come back. Yes, the trial fight should definitely just be beating on Seymour.
Ooh, this one's
Absolutely.
hold on. This one's an interesting question. Before
Jen,
Did
are
I
you
cut
back?
out or something?
do you think they will?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys think they will ever release mannequin weapons for other heroes? Like, we have not seen them, and I have heard some players say that they sold them, and I'm like, no, those things are rare.
Oh, honey, no.
But
Yeah.
do you guys think they would ever make mannequin weapons for other characters? That would be interesting.
I think it's possible. I mean, they are rare. I think it'd be cool for them to bring it for other characters, like another stage.
Yeah, they need to have the existing ones. I feel like in the shop, like available in a shop first before they add others. I think, unless they want to keep the super ultra exclusive vibes for it.
Yeah, because they're not in the shop.
Mannequin weapons are pretty subpar though.
But they give some.
Even the World of Illusion weapons are better for a lot of the units.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
But they're percentages, so
it's not a bad idea. But
as time progresses and characters, get higher in awakenings, when they have flat stats and that keeps increasing over time, that just keeps improving. Like Hope. No, Hope doesn't have mannequin weapon. Cloud has one that increases cross slash and finishing touch brave damage by 10%. Oh, that's
it's either increasing.
Right, it's just like
it's
just like having an extra artifact.
Oh, never mind. It's brave damage, but okay. But I mean that I still think that's fine, especially especially later, like in the Lufenia, even Lufenia Plus, where bosses have up to 90% brave damage reduction. Any form of brave damage up to a unit, I believe, can come in very helpful.
Right, it would be like a fourth artifact because essentially, like a mighty cross slash and a mighty finishing touch is what a mannequin weapon.
Yeah. So. Wait, I see boss trial mode.
Oh, Jet was suggesting like a boss trial mode, you versus like a popular boss from the series.
That's where Chadley could come in. That's where Chadley could come in.
That'd be the boss trial mode against Seymour.
Fights.
I know Rez would love that one.
Just being able to fuck up Seymour over and over again. Yeah. But that would be like a cool way to have like Chadley in the game.
Didn't we have something in story mode where we would fight the boss of that game, and we had to bring the character, the protagonist or something?
Yeah, that was in Arc 2, Chapter 5.11? That's where you get the
mannequin weapon.
That's where you get the mannequin weapons.
Yeah.
I
Right.
keep calling it Arc. Act 2. 5.8, thank you. 5.8, I was off. Yes. For all those stages, you did have to bring the main protagonist, and I'm sure Rez was living on the Final Fantasy X stage for like a month. Destroying.
Get fucking wrecked, Seymour. Get wrecked.
All right. Any more good questions, guys?
There's a few.
No PvP. Never. No.
Absolutely
Do
never.
not do that in this game.
Do not.
Ooh, I have been a long advocate for no PvP in this game ever. So next.
That's also the reason that I wouldn't like the weapon rental stuff. I mean, just things that add more like difference between pay players and non-play. Even though I'm not free to play, but I don't I like this game because the gap between paying players and non-paying players isn't much at all.
Well, I don't know. Like, would the if they added a paid currency item, I missed that. I think it would be interesting if it were like, maybe an item that you could get in game, like a special reward or something. But if it were locked behind a paywall, then no. PvP, and absolutely not for PvP.
Yeah, I know PvP. A lot of and gacha games, especially, that's a big turnoff for a lot of players. So, I've never been in. Yeah, no. So.
We have a few more questions on here.
Pick one.
More so like quality of life stuff. Like somebody was all like animation speed up feature like 2 times, 3 times. I think that'd be cool.
I would love that.
For farming.
I would love that.
Just use Tifa with their LD. There you go. There's your speed up right there. Yeah.
Auto plus with triple speed.
Yeah.
That would be.
Oh God,
fantastic.
yeah.
Oh, and then like be able to, like use X amount of stamina in
Mhm.
World of Illusions and just let it, like, we just got skip quest a couple months ago in Tales of Crestoria, and it's amazing. You just decide how much stamina you want to use, you press skip, you get all the rewards for it, and then just it's amazing. And I would love something like that in DFFOO.
That would be amazing.
I agree.
You just totally skip the battle. You just totally skip the battle.
Skip tickets.
Get
is
the
what you're
rewards.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I agree with Dark Shadow. They need to have us sell more than 30 weapons or 30 items at a damn time.
Yes.
Is
Oh
that-
my God, we need
Yes.
that so badly.
There's
Why
actually a
is that
suggestion
not-
here
Oh,
by Zorro. Auto
man.
button that when powering up weapons or armor, it will use the lowest rarity armor weapons first. So that can play into the selling more than just 30. And also, I think there should be an auto sell button too, rather than just
Yeah.
clicking one by one. Because, yeah,
I know
that
in
would be
like
nice.
I know in like Fate Go, I don't play it, but Halcyon plays it. And I know in Fate Go, there's a setting where like you can have it so that any 3 or 4 star weapons or characters or whatever you get, they automatically get sold. Like they don't even go into your inventory; they automatically get sold, and that would be really nice.
I'm just having like flashbacks of before we even had the changes to the artifact system where it automatically selects items, where I would just have to sit there for like half an hour deleting artifacts because I could only select 30 at a damn time.
Do you guys remember when we could only select like 30 orbs to level up a weapon, and it didn't count as one? Like you could use X time, like X number of silver orbs.
Oh,
You could
man.
only use 30, like, silver power orbs at a time or something.
Oh, God.
I don't want to play this
Yeah.
game anymore.
Remember having to do crystal levels individually?
Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
man.
I forgot about that. Why?
Or when the orbs that you use for armor and weapons counted towards the same inventory.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Now we're talking
All
about
their lives have
OGs,
really come a
though.
far
OG.
way. Yeah, they've come
Day
far.
one life.
F
Oh.
that, man. F that. Actually, someone just asked a good question. They kind of sort of answered this one already in terms of what they're going to do with EX weapons. I'm trying to find it, but someone just mentioned this going forward. They did talk about that they are looking to. They did confirm it even during the 3rd year anniversary stream. They said that they were talking about it, so nothing official yet, but they were going to look at making some adjustments to EX weapons, not to the weapons themselves, but I believe to either the passives or perhaps opening up another board on a character's boards. So
Yeah, that would be cool because for a lot of like newly reworked characters, their EX is now the weakest part of their kit.
yeah, so
What is going on in chat?
it's an inside joke. Don't. Dragoon, don't ban no one. It's an inside joke because I can see Dragoon already /ban. So, any more good questions, guys? So we're pretty much at the tail end, so we can chill, we can hang out, just answer a few more questions. I think, Jinli, what time is it over there? Oh no, it's like 1 o'clock for you, right? Your lunch is almost over. You got to get back to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually technically, I mean, the time is fine for me compared to you guys, but I do have work.
I took tomorrow and Friday off, so I am so excited. I've got a 4-day weekend. This week was like hell at work, so I'm just very excited to just take a couple days off.
Thirsty Thursdays, hey.
Yeah, yeah. This is my Friday hype.
Yeah, we got to get that started early.
That's why I'm sticking with White Claws.
Wait, time out. There we go. See, technically, all black mages. All right, this is the black mage chocobo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Poor Jin. He doesn't have one. We need
I don't have any plushies. Even if I had a camera, I would have no plushies to show.
That's so depressing, Jin. How do you live?
Well, I possibly extorted too much money from him last year, so he's
I don't
probably
have
still recovering from that.
Wait, Jin, I mean, isn't your fans only doing well? Right? You should be fine. Just saying.
Onlyfans.com/Jinli.
Yeah. Check it out. Support him. Donate. Check it out. He has some spicy pictures up on there. So I don't want to talk about it because that'll give away too much. So
Lid's got the premium pass.
ooh, I have to support Jen Lee here. I just have to. Come on.
Can't not.
Excuse me. All right, one more question, guys. Anybody ask a good one? Rez can pick the last question when somebody asks. And we're looking to call it a night because Teddy is knocked out over there. I see him.
He's my best bear. Look how cute.
No, Legions, never. That's not even a question. Legions.
Opera
I
Omnia
see that.
related. How about that?
Opera Omnia related question.
Oh, poor Teddy.
He's literally falling asleep. Hi, best bear.
Wait, what? Kabuki wheel. What the heck is that? Is that Opera Omnia? Is that the
That's the Transcendence. He's talking about Transcendence.
Is that the Hot
When
Wheel?
is the live tour?
Yeah.
Wait, is that the Hot Wheel one?
Yes.
Is that the one we talked about earlier? We kind of talked about that one earlier.
Yeah, sure. Also the live, but I'll answer.
There.
When is
There's
when
a
is
good
the
one.
when's the live tour?
Oh.
When is the live tour? But well, this is live tour will happen
Oh, yeah.
whenever we all meet up.
All right, here we go. Jet Sting Ren.
But
Everybody's going to answer. What would you want the next global first to be? 40, go.
Ridia.
Ooh. Jin Lee.
Rem. Or F.
Ooh.
I mean, oh yeah, F now already got it. Rem, yeah.
Wait, what?
Rem.
Rem. He said Rem.
Rem? Like from Final Fantasy Type 0?
Yeah.
But that's not a global first. Or for global first LD. I guess we could open up to
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh,
Jet
are we
Stingray,
talking about like
can you
a
please specify?
character?
Because you said
I
just
think-
global first. I don't know.
I think
May-
he meant
global
first
first
LP.
character or global first.
Well, they
LP?
did say that they wouldn't do global
They
first
wouldn't
characters
do-
ever again.
yeah.
True. Okay.
So it's kind of like
Gosh, dang it.
doesn't.
Fine. So we'll stick to LD then. So Radia, Rem, Rez.
Either my girl Lulu or Fran.
You stole mine. I like Lulu. Because I was going to say Nanaki,
Yeah,
but
not
since we're
waifu.
talking about LDs first.
Not waifu.
Imagine the backlash if Nanaki was underwhelming like Vincent.
Oh my god.
I'll be pissed. Nanaki is underwhelming. I quit.
Riku
I'm done.
as well.
No. Nanaki is going to be broken. But sorry, since Rez picked Lulu.
Sorry.
Thancred.
Waifu.
I think Thancred needs some love in the game. So global first LD.
Gunbreaker.
Make it-
Gunbreaker.
Make him a strong DPS again, right? Poison, lots of poison, more damage towards poison enemies. So yeah, so I believe he would be a good global first LD, in my own personal opinion. So, all right, guys. So that is it for tonight's Fireside Chat episode number 5. Thank you guys for joining us. If my fellow host would just let the viewers know where they may find you and exactly where.
Jin Lee on YouTube.
And
I guess
OnlyFans.
And only
And OnlyFans.
for $99.99. Rez?
Oh, yes, I'm on YouTube, Twitch, and we've got a pretty fun and active Discord.
You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Instagram,
Oh my.
and I teach a free Zoom fitness class. It's free once a week. Details are in my Discord if you're interested. There's actually a few folks that have been going to it, which is really cool. So
You don't have an OnlyFans page.
no, I don't have an OnlyFans.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The wife would not approve of that.
I mean, more money, just saying. And Lids, I'm on YouTube, Twitch. That's pretty much it. All right, guys. So thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you guys showing up.
Hold up.
Oh, wait.
One
We do have
last
something
thing.
very important to say that wasn't on the schedule. But we do, all of us want to wish and a big cheers to 40.
40, congratulations.
40,
Congratulations,
congratulations
Woo!
to your new baby.
Baby. 40's
Thank
going to
you.
be
New baby.
a papa
Edge is
again.
going to be a big brother. Hype.
Yes.
40
Congrats,
number
Thank
Tori.
you.
two.
We're so
Hey,
happy for
wait,
you.
Yeah.
wait, no, wait. Before we leave, I got it. Hold on.
Yeah, baby number 2 coming late August or early September. And
Congratulations,
gender reveal.
bro.
Gender reveal will be
Congratulations,
soon, so
man. Baby.
Hype. Yes.
My hype.
I drank all my hype.
Congratulations, and we're looking forward to that gender reveal, of course.
Yeah.
All right, so
Awesome. Are we rating anybody?
we can.
He's living. I think Living Ichigo's on, right?
Is he?
I saw him go live. Yeah. I think he's playing DFFOO.
He is.
I
All right,
think.
yeah, let's rate somebody. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and get that started because I usually say my goodbyes and like the countdown is going. All right, guys, so we're going to be rating Living Ichigo, but thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys
Thank you so much.
next month, all right? Love Vincent. All right, take it easy.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.